We can make life more satisfying by using our talents and abilities, working diligently and honestly, building network and partnerships to grow, develop and secure prosperity for all. Thanks for joining us for this edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. In today's lineup, Jamaica's talent on the big screen, a look at Jamaica Film Festival first-year wins. Also, being the boss, opportunities for you to start early and grow as an entrepreneur. Later, maintaining our health through good hygiene and sanitation practices. For all that and so much more, stay with us.
The JIS Heritage Poster Competition is here again. If you are an artistic teenager, the JIS Heritage Poster Competition is just for you. All registered secondary school students are eligible to enter. All you have to do is this: complete the entry form on the JIS website, jis.gov.jm. Then create a poster using images provided in the picture resources on the JIS website. And the topic? A moment in the life of a Jamaican national hero. Ensure that your poster is no larger than 11 inches by 17 inches and keep a copy of your poster. Posters will be judged on interpretation of the topic, originality, and presentation. Now for the submission details. Upload computer-designed posters using a cloud storage service such as Dropbox, SkyDrive, or Google Drive. Mail or drop off illustrated posters at the JIS head office or Montego Bay office. Deadline for submission is Saturday, October 31, 2015. So come on, unleash your creativity and win lots of prizes. For more information, contact the Jamaica Information Service at 926-374-026, extension 2137-2023, or email heritageposter@jis.gov.jm.
Jamaica is a beautiful place. Our people have great talent and ability and stories to tell. But how about using these features to create wealth for ourselves? Government through JAMPRO has taken on this task with a mandate to develop the film industry as a viable avenue. Having staged its inaugural Jamaica Film Festival in July, momentum is growing. And come November, the Jamaica Film Commission will begin accepting entries for next year's event. Check this out.
This is not about showcasing Jamaica as a backlot. Been there, done that. It is about connecting Jamaica to the international film industry in a way that makes it a central player and conduit for the delivery of content.
And that's exactly what happened. Hollywood bigwigs were in town, screening local films and, equally important, offering invaluable industry advice.
This is a fantastic first-year festival.
If you haven't heard, then you were probably under a rock. Jam Down hosted its inaugural Jamaica Film Festival in early July. Several top acts flew in for the festival. World-famous actors and actresses showed no airs as they rubbed shoulders with budding local screenwriters and actors. They were on a mission. They were sold on the vision of Jamaica Promotions Corporation. Jamaica has the perfect scoreboard to be a big film destination.
Everything about this place is just infectious. The landscape obviously is extremely beautiful, but the people and the energy is what I like. When you're in a situation like Jamaica is in right now with a burgeoning film industry, it's a good time to get in because I think that this is going to be a hotbed eventually. I've been inspired to talk to some people about doing some projects out here, and I hope I can be the first of many.
Big talk from the Being Mary Jane actor. The sentiment was shared by many of his colleagues, quite a few of whom were also happy to show off their Jamaican connection.
I'd like to tell you this, and I'll go into the Jamaican patois. I was born and raised in St. Thomas. I raised in the ghetto. It's called Cockburn Pen. And as a little girl, I knew I wanted to be a performer. We are talented people, and in Jamaica, we have a lot of talent. From behind the screen to in front of the screen, and they need to be seen and need to be used, so to speak. They need jobs.
Even though I was born in England, in London, both my parents are Jamaican. I love Jamaica. It's an absolutely beautiful island, and there's a lot of talent here, and it would be great to see that talent just create more stories and get them out, not only to Jamaicans, but to, people outside of the island.
The festival lasted for 5 days. In the daytime, there were discussions on how to take ideas to the big screen.
Usually from script to screen, I sold Final Destination in '97 to the studio, and it took 3 years for that to come out. And that was actually fast-tracked. From the time you sell the script to all the pre-production work that you have to do, to the actual filming, to all the editing, up to the time it hits the screen is about 3 years.
We're open right now. I don't think we have things set in stone that we have to go this way or that way. It really was a blank sheet, and we wanted to build it from the ground up, again, from being authentic. So, again, in front of the camera and behind the camera, we do want to use local crews.
Then it was curtain call at nights for the film screenings. 45 films in all, 17 of which were locally produced.
I'm back.
In the end, all could not be winners.
And the winner for the Best Narrative Feature for the inaugural Jamaica Film Festival is Diary of a Bad Man.
Thank you very much, Jampro, for this opportunity.
The story of the Jamaica Film Festival is not over. Was it just a stage for the glitz and glamour of artistic personalities? Or will future reviews applaud it as the phenomenal platform that started a world-renowned film industry in Jamaica?
I think there are film projects that are going to come out of this, but I think there are also projects that are not film projects that are going to come out of this. But, you need to give us 6 months to a year for these projects to get worked into a shape where they've got business plans and where they can actually be implemented.
While I've been here in Jamaica, you get a lot of people saying things like, is it important that the government support initiatives like this? And it's absolutely important. I think when people think of the movie industry, they think of it as fun and games, and they probably wonder, why should we be giving our money to this? But it's a huge industry. When a movie comes to your country, or even a local person makes a movie, they're hiring people from around the entire island, but also additional services. You've got rental cars, hotels, restaurants, banking, things that you can't even imagine, dry cleaners, every single thing is used in the entertainment industry.
We're hoping that the film community, the film industry, will now use the opportunity that they have had all this exposure to connect, create, innovate, and let's make some money.
That's the old way of doing things. Introducing Government of Jamaica Electronic Procurement, a speedy, transparent and accessible online method used to bid for government contracts. Contact the Ministry of Finance and Planning for more information.
Thinking about owning and operating your own business? Just this week, the Development Bank of Jamaica officially launched its Innovation Grant from New Ideas to Entrepreneurship Ignite project. The initiative offers up to $4 million in grant funding or 70% of project cost. That's just one of the windows of opportunity available for you to explore.
The foundations of corporate empires are usually rooted in the minds of young, bright men and women who've dared the risks of becoming entrepreneurs. First, identifying opportunities that can create wealth, products and services that are in demand, and meeting those needs with unique innovation. Planning and establishing a business is no easy task, and operating successfully for any extended period is an even tougher job. But Jamaica's youth entrepreneurship policy and strategy gives young people with good business ideas a chance to operate more thriving long-term businesses and create their own income. Youth entrepreneurship is encouraged by both public and private organizations. It is also being fostered within schools and communities to instill the business bug early. And with more young persons owning businesses, they'd be helping to drive economic development and job creation, all of which can make a difference in the lives of other people. And that explains why support has been growing in areas of financing for startup and business experience. Government over the years has established various agencies for helping the youth set up and run their businesses. The National Center for Youth Development, NCYD, for example, continues to empower youth in entrepreneurship. Both attached and unattached young people are able to benefit from access to information through the establishment of youth information centers across the island and various programs that include training. Government has partnered with organizations such as Jamaica Youth Business Trust to provide venture capital funds for persons under the age of 30, collateral requirement being only a sound business plan and a willingness to accept a mentor from the private sector. There is also the Youth Entrepreneurship Program, YEP, giving school leavers at the secondary and tertiary levels with strong entrepreneurial spirits the benefit of training and access to financing. Youths also have access to various business support services provided by the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, the premier business support organization. From the conception of a business idea, young entrepreneurs can get help through the stages of developing the business, planning, financing, starting, marketing, and growing. Indeed, the window of opportunity is open for all youths to access business support at the highest professional levels.
Fever, rash, joint pain and red eyes. All common signs of the Zika virus or ZIKV. Symptoms are usually mild, lasting anywhere from a few days to a week. Jamaica has no Zika cases, but if it gets here, it would only be transmitted by the Aedes aegypti mosquito. Don't give Zika a chance. Prevent the breeding of these pesky mosquitoes.
The use of oil, cooking oil, a little tip of cooking oil poured on the surface of the water suffocates the larvae and prevents them hatching out. So persons can do that.
Germs are everywhere and can cause us to get ill. Practicing good hygiene and sanitation at all times can reduce the chance of getting sick from many of these germs. One important practice is proper hand washing. More on that in this feature.
Enough cannot be said about the importance of clean surroundings, but it's equally important to maintain good personal hygiene habits. It becomes even more critical during periods when the threat of disease is heightened, like after a flood or during an outbreak. Health officials say the best way to protect you and your family against waterborne diseases and viruses is to avoid germs. While we can't see those pesky germs and disease-laden bacteria with the naked eye, we do have the power to fight. In fact, the power is in your hands. Literally.
Wet hands with water. Apply enough soap to cover all hand surfaces. Rub hands palm to palm. Right palm over left dorsum with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Backs of fingers to opposing palms with fingers interlocked. Rotational rubbing of left thumb clasped in right palm and vice versa. Rotational rubbing backwards and forwards with clasped fingers of right hand in left palm and vice versa. Rinse hands with water. Dry hands thoroughly with a single-use towel. Use towel to turn off faucet. Your hands are now safe.
Now there are a few things to remember. Wash your hands before you prepare food, before you eat, after you change the baby, and after a visit to the bathroom. And of course, take extra care if you're ill or if you have to take care of someone who's ill. Until next time, stay germ-free and keep washing those hands.
The JIS Heritage Essay Competition is here again. If you're a primary or preparatory school student aged 9 to 12, you may enter. Write an essay on the topic, A Day in the Life of My Favorite National Hero. Ensure your essay is 400 to 500 words. Include a title page and list of references, with JIS being one of the sources. And submit the essay using the application form on the JIS website, jis.gov.jm. Deadline is Saturday, October 31, 2015. So start writing your essay today! For more information, contact the Jamaica Information Service at 926-374-026, extension 2137 or 2023, or email heritageessay@jis.gov.jm.
On the board this week, Spanish Town and surrounding communities, Lauriston and Thompson Pen, it is time for Stew Festival 2015. All are invited to come out on the grounds of Brooklyn Park in Thompson Pen on Saturday, November 7 from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come for the stew, rabbit, duck, mango, beef. Enjoy the community cook-off competition, concert, free HIV test, teeth cleaning and health checkup. Various agencies will be on hand to provide information and services. JUTC, Road Safety Unit, RGD, NIS, Passport Office, NHT, JIS, among others. The annual festival is presented in association with the Lauriston and Thompson Pen Community 4-H Club, CSJP, Power 106 FM, and SDC. Be there. The Youth Department at the Church of the Open Bible, Twickenham Park presents Inner Delight, featuring inspiring dance, music, and drama. This will be on Saturday, November 7 at 6 p.m. at the church, Twickenham Park, beside the Police Academy, Spanish Town. Come see Twickenham Wind, Steppers for Christ, Twickenham Dancers, and more. Adults $800 and children $250. Contact the church's office at 749-3061 for ticket information. And that's all for our community notices today. Send us your events for broadcast on the JIS Community Notice Board. Call 922-868-022 or send an email to cbishop@jis.gov.jm.
Guns are a significant problem in Jamaica, and that is why we have to move to do something about it. It is in this context that I am now launching a special initiative of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Get the Guns campaign. You, the public, can keep illegal guns out of your communities by using all means to inform the police as to how illegal guns are stored and moved within the communities.
Download and use the Stay Alert app from the Google Play Store. Call 119-311-811 or the nearest police station.
Up next, top stories making news this week.
Hi there, I'm Simone Wolf with your JIS News of the Week. The Development Bank of Jamaica signed a memorandum of cooperation with a number of government and private entities this week to provide business grants to 30 entrepreneurs with innovative ideas. It's part of the newly launched Innovation Grant from New Ideas to Entrepreneurship Ignite project.
A grant of up to 4 million Jamaican dollars or 70% of a project cost will be provided for implementing innovation activities to support the creation and growth of entrepreneurs and new firms in strategic sectors.
It was also reported this week that the DBJ had begun evaluating bids from 2 entities that have expressed an interest in acquiring Caymanas Track Limited CTL. The DBJ should select the preferred bidder by next month and will advise the Finance Ministry and Cabinet of its decision. The Science and Technology Ministry handed out the country's 3rd license to cultivate medical marijuana and carry out research and development this week. The license was issued to Timeless Herbal Care Limited.
You do have the right mix of experience and personnel who have a history of research in this area, and it did enable us to feel confident that your research work will be done expeditiously. So congratulations, and we are looking forward to frequent updates.
The House of Representatives has approved amendments to the Office of Utilities Regulation (OUR) Act to enhance transparency and investor confidence within the electricity sector. Energy Minister Philip Paulwell piloted the bill and said the changes would address the mechanism being used to set tariffs for the electricity sector.
The OUR Amendment Bill will seek to address these matters by requiring the Office of Utilities Regulation to be guided by not only the amended Office of Utilities Regulation Act, but also the new Electricity Act, the amended and restated All Ireland Electric License 2011, and certain principles when setting tariffs for the electricity sector.
100 high-performing farmers recently got training in environmental best practices.
It is our firm belief, ladies and gentlemen, that even as we place greater emphasis on increased production and productivity, it is also critically important to ensure the care and preservation of the agro-environment.
The training also focused on practices to secure the health and well-being of the farmers who were presented with kits containing basic protective gear. Meanwhile, 55 residents were recently certified as environmental wardens after 3 days of rigorous training in sustainable waste management practices, laws, and regulations. They are among 164 people in 30 underserved communities who are being trained, certified, and gazetted as legal officers to enforce regulations and requirements under the National Solid Waste Management Act.
It's a serious job you have, because we have not been protective of the environment, and it has now come back to haunt us. But we give it a fancy name, climate change.
The Health Ministry this week reported that it was receiving help from the Pan American Health Organization and Caribbean Public Health Agency to deal with the outbreak of a bacterial infection that caused the deaths of 18 newborn babies. The infection affected babies at the University Hospital of the West Indies and the Cornwall Regional Hospital. In response to the outbreak, Health Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson said his ministry was placing renewed focus on infection control and sanitation in the healthcare facilities.
In order to strengthen infection prevention and control procedures and practices, the ministry has engaged a medical microbiologist at the central level who is charged with visiting and working with other facilities to ensure that these practices are kept at a standard that is acceptable.
In other health news, the Ministry of Health signed a letter of intent with two entities, the Patel Foundation and the not-for-profit foundation Mind, Body and Soul, to expand the services offered at the Alexandria Community Hospital in St. Anne.
It is my view that when at least phase 1, which would cover the pharmacy area and oral health area, that in itself will make a big impact.
The Prime Minister, Information Minister, Jamaica Information Service and wider media family came out on Thursday to pay last respects to veteran photojournalist Michael Shaw. Reverend Astor Carlyle, who gave the sermon at the funeral, urged Jamaicans to shun selfishness and embrace the community spirit.
We have to put off the selfishness and the me-ism of our age and engender the spirit of neighborliness and contribute meaningfully to the lives of each other. Let us be watchmen. Let us be watchwomen who will set standards for how our communities will operate.
And finally, 222 outstanding Jamaicans received national recognition at this Monday's National Honors and Awards ceremony. Among them, media professional and JIS board chair Faye Ellington. And those were some of the stories making news this week. I'm Simone Wolfe.
Program implementation remains strong. We also welcome the recent wage agreements. It was a proactive and important step in reducing Jamaica's public debt. A gradual economic recovery is underway. The growth outlook is improving. Growth is now projected to be about 1.4% for this fiscal year.
The government of Jamaica is on a mission, going for growth, staying the course, and transforming the economy through its economic reform program.
This is where we end Jamaica Magazine for today. Join us again tomorrow for another informative show. In the meantime, keep the link. Use our Facebook and Twitter pages. Visit our YouTube channel and the JIS website to see these and other features. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson, reminding you that we can do one thing each day towards achieving a worthwhile goal. Until next time, do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.